And
All right.
just like that. Our first race of the day will be MackMcD versus JosephJoestar316. Both excellent players. Mac with the slightly better PB.
Oh,
Joseph
why did?
Joestar hot on his heels.
Oh, I thought Max started for a second.
Oh no, he's just tabbing out. I think he's just checking Discord. Every time he tabs out, it messes up his screen. But can you do a ready check with them?
Yep, I'm confirming with them right now. So,
Dope. I will just talk then.
yeah, you're very good at that. So please do.
Thank you. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the little pre-show we did there. We'll be doing that as like a quick recap at the start every week. We're putting new things all the time. Basically, what happens is me and Limes come up with a ridiculous idea, and then Roy just magically makes it happen. I'm not a computer guy. I don't know what he does, but he just kind of casts some spells or something. Bit of magic. And we're
away
beginning.
they go.
Big shout out to Roy, though. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Chooser. Both of you. Excellent. Oh, voices sound a bit mental, by the way. Don't know if that's just on my end.
It's a little, yeah, it's a little, I heard it. It's a little choppy for some reason. We had this issue on a rookie episode before, so I'm not sure why.
Well, hopefully that will improve as we go.
But yeah, they are making their way up to Olga right now. Not really too much to say. Right or left, Olga could definitely swing things a couple seconds here and there. Joe gets a right side Olga, and so does Mac. So two easy Olgas to start with.
That's what you're always hoping for. If you race this game, if you do a V race, you're always hoping to see that right side Olga. So much easier to deal with. Looking pretty even so far.
Yep, nearly on the same frame. Alright, no dab drops from either one, unfortunate.
I think we're going to see a very different Mac this week from last week.
I think so too. I think he won't make the critical mistake and try to go to Harrier early. I would bet money on that.
It wasn't just that. I mean, obviously that's a horrendous mistake to make, and no one wants to see that happen to your opponent in a race. But outside of that, he was a little bit shaky in some other areas. Definitely some rush showing. But he's looking good so far in this race.
Both doing different things there. You really just can just run by the guard and you're fine. One of them shot the guard for whatever reason. One of them did like a warning shot. The easiest thing is just run by the guard. Who cares? Two different strats you'll see here. Joe is going to go for the swag strat where he'll get caught by the guard, shoot the radio out, and then he'll domino guards at the end of the engine room. Max going for a more traditional strat and just not doing that.
I don't like it personally. I don't do the cutscene skip swag engine room either.
It can be a little awkward to execute. It only saves about a second, give or take. So it's not the end of the world. And two clean sensors.
Yeah, we're not seeing any real change from these two players at this time, and I don't think we will. if they both play kind of like standard for their own play, we won't really see any change until a little bit later. Maybe a little on the guard rush.
You're ordered to continue manning your post until that time.
Excellent from Mac. They barely hugged the right and still didn't get the alert. The alert's not too bad, as long as you don't get kicked. Getting shot is like a second. Getting kicked onto the floor loses you about 3-4 seconds.
Alright, Mac entering his guard rush.
There is tons of time to be lost on this fight.
Oh, and he got him. I thought he didn't get him because of iframes, but that's good. Decent guard rush for Mac, and Joe pretty solid as well. So
Joe
Mac can...
picked up some time there for sure.
For sure, for sure.
Just because Mac lost like a couple of hits on a guard where he came out and then went back behind the wall. Failed the one-punch setup. Joe's nervy about ladder glitch. I don't know if you've seen him streaming, but he can mess that up a lot, and he doesn't like hold one as a rule anyway.
No, he's playing that super safe. He tranked the guard, and he just rolled past the other one like you do on European Extreme. Super conservative.
Extremely. Like, I like to play a little bit safer in that room. I know you do too. You go for the roll instead of the hold-up strat, but in hold one, I mean. But
right.
I think Joe's taking that to a new extreme with, you know, safely tranking the guard from a distance.
Both going for the two-spot photo setup. That's going to be Mac by a smidge. Coming out of tanker.
Can't say there's anything in it at this point, really. Just so everyone's aware, we will always go to the IGT screen in every race, and Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PC does not count loads. So anything can happen.
Yeah, the beginning of Plant, there's not really all that much going on. A lot of tutorials, a lot of codecs and cutscenes to skip. So for the next few minutes, it just kind of be waiting around, fooling around a little bit. Shouldn't be any major mistakes down here, I wouldn't think.
And if you're enjoying the races and thinking of picking up this category for yourself, the PC version is very easy to learn. Including in the name, really. And there's a full tutorial for both very easy and normal on D-Lime's YouTube channel. So if you did want to learn it, it's on the wiki page on the website as well, metalgearspeedrunners.com. I think they'll both go back for the M9 now. At the start of the deep sea dock, while you're waiting for the guard to wake up, you have some time. You can go pick up the M9, which gives you an extra 15 bullets. It's not super important, but we do see a lot of runners go for that now.
Yep, Mac is going back for it for sure. And
Joe will as well, surely.
No, he's not. He's just going to mess with the guards.
This strat that he does where he ducks behind the forklift to take the shot, I'm sure this is slower, you know.
I don't think it makes a difference.
Pretty funny.
The funny thing is with the M9, that's funny. I didn't know you could do that.
I've never seen that before.
There's actually more ammo packs back where Mac picked up the M9. You can pick up those 2 extra ammo packs and still not lose any time and have like all the bullets in the world for reasons.
Yeah, there was once upon a time where we believed that letting the guard call the caution in would make the elevator come faster, but it doesn't.
Both of them are definitely holding their own early, so definitely staying on top of each other. No real mistakes. Both of them playing somewhat safe. Good stuff so far.
Yeah, looking really good so far. Now, they should have both ended the tanker chapter with the SOCOM equipped, and that allows you to menu the M9 just by pressing R2 rather than going into your menu to get it, because it remembers that that gun's on previous, even between the two chapters. And that'll allow you to do a menu trick after Stillman as well. So you'll always see people equipping it and then unequipping it before they get to Struck B as well. Max with the New Game Plus save, and Joe has got the New Game Plus save. So Mac has sunglasses on both characters. That's like a signature of Mac, right? He always has that.
Of course, yeah. I don't care for the sunglasses personally. I think they can be a little tacky, and I really, really want to believe that no sunglasses makes you faster.
It reminds me of you because that display picture you've had for about 15 years of you wearing the sunglasses. That's your New Game Plus save display picture.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
Okay,
we're coming into the Stillman cutscene now, which we will be skipping. We always play on New Game Plus. You don't have to, but this cutscene takes about 5 minutes, so we don't wanna have that.
I thought it was like 10 minutes.
It could be. No one's ever timed it.
Yeah, Matt quick equipping is M9. Good man. Saves at 0.3 of a second. Joe, same thing. But Mac's got extra ammo. Watch out.
Something that's that happens a lot with this category. Everyone becomes aware of strats like this really quickly, even though it's something so minor. People just become aware of it so quickly. It's rare you would see someone not doing that, especially in a VE race.
Pat going with the safer approach by tranking the guard first, then dealing with the bomb.
I hate it.
Joe is doing just the opposite. If you have decent movement, it doesn't even have to be that great. You can address the bomb, then deal with the guard, and you have plenty of time to do that. It is slightly faster if you do it in that order.
Yeah, we saw Joe do that then, but he had some like suspect cartwheels afterwards.
Cartwheeling in this game, you do have to be super careful with. It saves 5/100ths of a second per cartwheel, but if you miss one cartwheel, you're probably losing over a second. And there's that wonderful cardboard box that we're never going to touch on this difficulty ever again, because cardboard boxes are for chumps.
Last seen in this run, May 2018, and never to be seen again, I guess. Oh, Mac, if you ever cartwheel against those missiles on the Harrier, the last thing you want to do is go prone, because you won't be able to reach the bomb with your coolant, and you're going to have to stand up and then move to defuse the bomb. You'll lose a lot of time for that.
EF bridge coming up can definitely be demoralizing to some if you end up hitting a claymore mine. There's a few things you can do here. You can do a damage cancel. You can pick up a mine early. You can just go around the mines. I think both of them are going to play it safe and just go around the mine.
Yeah, we've seen Mac play this room safe many times now. Joe's dabbled with like cancels and stuff, but I don't think he would go for that in a race. We saw in Hold 1 how safe he's going to play this game. He's not going to risk anything.
Well, just wait till we get to swim glitch.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe later.
Yeah.
Pretty standard. Now we'll see the FA connecting bridge. We want to trank a guard, and then we purposely take an alert, which causes a backup guard to come through the left door, and then we're going to trank him and move through him as well.
So good straight A for Mac. Very technical room here with all the crawling you have to do, and then you have to line yourself up to defuse this bomb from behind. And looks like Joe got it no problem as well. Definitely a place you can lose time if you're not paying attention.
You see so much variance in that room. There's a lot of seconds to be lost. You can generally track your progress by where the guard outside the room is in his cycle as you leave.
Yeah, Mac is just extending the lead just little by little here and there. So um, definitely playing well.
Yeah, although that could be his really fast PC, right? Because Mac's got one of those brand new graphics cards. If you're ever wondering what people buy those new NVIDIA graphics cards for, let's play this.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend $1,500 on a graphics card so I can have faster loads in Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, of course.
When the game doesn't count loads, yep. Good idea.
Right. Yep. It doesn't to a degree. Like it sort of does. And Joe playing it safe once again, picking up the chaff grenades early, that way he doesn't have to deal with them on the Strode roof and get hit by a Claymore mine. Oh, Joe, why did you
Went the
go
wrong
around
way.
the plants? Oh.
Yep.
Nice cartwheel from Mac to cartwheel into that sensor. A little bit of swag there, and it is slightly faster.
I like it. I saw you do a setup for it, and then I've been practicing that. It's quite easy to get the cartwheel as long as you do the setup and don't do what Joe did.
Ooh, Joe misses it. Ugh.
I hate going left of the table as well. The movement feels
It's
super
slower.
awkward.
It's slower too. Like that's just a couple habits Joe needs to break.
Yeah, so Mac's slightly ahead here. There's too many changes to come yet before we can say, Mac's way out in front. He really isn't.
No, this is really nothing right now. I mean, when you have all the boss fights still to come, Fortune, even though that's to many an auto scroller, that can be variance for some by a few seconds. Or if you screw up the intro, you could lose a ton of time.
Yeah, and we've seen it happen as well in previous races. In week 1, we saw it happen a few times where the leader would change at Fortune due to RNG.
Yeah, for this last bomb here, you got to be really careful not to get too close to the water um, and accidentally fall in. It's an awful feeling when that happens because you lose about 5 or 6 seconds because you have the dive animation, then you got to get out.
Yeah, it's to do with if you're facing the water directly, you'll fall in. But as long as you're facing, like Raiden's actually facing towards the right while you defuse, you'll never actually dive in. So you got to avoid that. The worst thing you can do as well is if you dive into the water accidentally, a lot of people immediately dive underneath as well, like make Raiden dive fully into the water, which plays a codec as well, so you lose even more time.
So the fortune fight here, we're gonna face right to start with and do 3 punches in that direction and then crouch. It's a specific setup to do. So fortune destroys the lights, destroys the forklift, destroys a couple of boxes, and it moves the fight along much faster than most other setups.
Yeah, so we expect the fortune fight to end as long as you do this setup where you destroy the forklift and the boxes and the barrels, and make sure she doesn't play any additional voice lines. We expect the fight to end anywhere between 1 minute 10 and 1 minute 16. So there is still, although there is a consistent strat, there is still a small amount of RNG involved. And she can do things like not destroy the barrel, she'll just hit you instead. There's nothing you can do. But over the time we've been playing this game, we've been refining that fight. We also compete for the individual level time on this fight, getting the fastest fortune, which I believe is a 110, right? I don't think anyone's got a 109 yet.
Nope, it's a 110 by our boy Tino. First and only 110.
Joe's caught up a little bit here, right? Did he have a better bomb?
Maybe slight. I mean, I don't think much changed during the fortune fight. Excellent damage cancel, but he already had the chaff grenade, so Joe didn't need to pick him up.
Tino is a legendary MGS2 runner, also competing in this league. So we're going to see something interesting from both back on the EF connecting bridge. Mack's going to cartwheel into prone and land on top of the claymore, and then immediately coolant rise to get up again. We finally found a use for that claymore as well, right? We can use that in Shell 1 now. I don't think either of these two will do it, but it's a cool strat.
Yeah, there's a very nice strat that involves shooting the claymore, getting an alert, and then the attack team guards keep the elevator open. The next race, you'll definitely see that. So stay tuned.
Coming up to Fat Man now, and Mack's gone the correct way, so that's a bonus.
Yep, so he's already well ahead of the last run's pace. Good news.
Doesn't get the fast bomb now. If you go on the right, you can crouch on that dot and you'll always get it, which Platonic told me about. And
I
you can also go
literally
on
did
the
not know
left.
that.
I'm prone for it.
All right, looks like Mac gets pretty good RNG and gets a pretty quick fight and a fast bomb to end the fight. So very good, Fat Man.
That's really fast.
Let's see what
Joe
Joe
gets
gets.
worst RNG.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for sure.
This is really bad. You don't want to see that. You're losing a lot of time.
Yeah, he probably lost about 8 seconds or so there. So Mac increases his lead.
It's a huge swing for in time between getting a better Fat Man and not, and also picking up all those fast bombs. Every time you get a fast bomb, it means you stood in a specific spot, which causes the bomb to defuse faster, and it saves you 1.25 seconds. During the Fat Man fight, that can happen to 4 different bombs. So it's a big difference. But still, keeping it competitive with one another.
Yep, anything can happen for sure.
On this EF bridge here, you want to use D-pad like Mac just did, but Joe won't. As long as you hold down left on the D-pad as you go past that pipe, you'll never hit one of the many claymores that are in the way.
Oh, that looked terrible by Joe. Oh, man.
I hate it so much. I hate it. Please stop. Yeah, if you get hit by a claymore there, you immediately alert all the ciphers. If the ciphers are shooting you, you can't cross the bridge because as you cross the bridge, the panels fall out. If you get shot on a fallen panel, you'll immediately fall to your death. And you're going to lose about 30 seconds for a continue in that room, so it's really, really costly.
Wow, Joe is going with the Claymore strat. Interesting. He learned it. Looks good so far.
This is really going to help him out. He will gain a little bit of time back for this.
Just gotta be careful not to bump into these guards and not be too slow either. All right, got it on the elevator. Very, very well executed. Nice.
That's definitely caught him up a little bit there.
It is an older version of the strat, but it's still a new strat, so kudos to him for learning it. Aims coming up can be a pretty big margin as well, depending on what aims each player gets. About a 15-second difference between the best possible and the worst possible. And looks like Mac is... Looks like worst possible, northwest. Oh, Joe! Near got aims. Very nice.
That's a huge deal. That's a really big deal for Joe.
Yeah, that is going to bring it super close now.
A little bit of luck helped him out there, but can't complain. It's the way it goes sometimes. Spent a lot of time looking for Richard Ames in my MGS2 career. No fancy cartwheels from either person. You can actually do a roll in the a specific spot which will clear the whole staircase. And now we're just grabbing our PSG1. Hardest section of the run, this. The sensors, obviously you're at risk of blowing up the bridge if you get those wrong. Huge time loss. And then of course the Harrier, categorically the hardest fight in the whole run.
Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to go in this run, so anything and everything will probably happen.
Give me a Harrier predictions. I'm predicting 5+1 for both.
I think one will get a 5, one will get a 5-1. I don't know who's going to be who, though.
Yes.
Matt gets the 5. Joe gets the 5-1.
Ooh, that'd be rough. Joe's been picking up some additional strategies, right? So maybe he's going to show us a 2+6.
Nice swag strat for Mac with that sensor.
Nice.
Very beautiful. Excellent sensors. Very clean. Let's see what Joe does here. He's going to go in somewhat of a reverse order.
It always scares me the way he does this because I hate shooting the Cypher last.
That was still fast and efficient. All right, Harrier for Mac. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high damage. Looks like he's probably going to get the +1. Got it.
Looks good.
Joe.
Looks really good.
Joe is 5 with high damage as well. Perfect Harrier for Mac. Joe's on his way as well.
Just gotta get these die shots. They're not too bad, but
2 perfect Harriers. Wow.
Called it.
Very nice. Mac makes his leap of faith.
It's just something which was considered so difficult is now just becoming standard. It's not uncommon to see 2 people nail it in a race back to back like that.
I hate 5+1 Harrier.
Well, there is a risk that you can get what's called low damage, where you don't have enough to finish the fight at the die shots, and you lose 14 seconds, so it's always a risk.
Will we see any D-Lime specials?
Hopefully not. The
Hopefully
D-line
not.
special is where a person goes to get against the wall in this section, but instead plummets to their death. Mac with the Bestwick setup, right? Where you roll and then hold the D-pad. It looks so risky.
Or BMN. One of them came up with it.
B-Man is B-Man. I just read Bestwick's name in the chat. Either way, prevents D-Lime specials. It's a D-Lime special cancel.
Now there is a version 2 coming up where if you cartwheel over this gap coming up, like the final gap, I've missed that twice. That's dope D-Lime special version 2. Mac is safe. But Joe messed this up yesterday in a race. A friendly. And he gets it. Clean.
I just want to say both these guys are playing extremely well. It's really good to see.
Yeah, I'm really happy that Mac's playing well, just especially what happened last week. Definitely has turned it around.
I knew that that was exactly what Mac needed to come back strong. This is a dangerous Mac to be playing today. Now they both do swim glitch, right? They're both good at it too.
Yeah, it'll be iffy. I think with this so close, I think Joe will do it just because he historically does it. And he's still technically behind, so I think he will go for it. Mac, we'll see. I mean, maybe he knows he's out in front. Yeah. I mean, it was out of hand at that point, but I don't know. Maybe he'll play it safe and not go for it. Who knows?
Nice Nikita pickup as well. It is a little bit risky when you pick the Nikita up. You can miss it, and then you end up in a very awkward position to swim back and grab it on the second try.
Yep, Joe got it as well. No problem. Took it a little safe by going closer to the Nikita box. But yeah, this is anybody's race so far.
Oh, dodgy Nikita from Mac there.
Yeah,
he's in a really bad angle.
Yeah, he's like right on the edge of the box, had to readjust.
Nice recovery though. You can lose a ton of time for messing up your Nikita shot.
That was shady by Joe too. I thought he was gonna hit the.
He always does that. He always does that short angle and then a longer to the electric box. He only goes out enough so he can look at the electric box and then get the full speed Nikita the rest of the way. I don't think it's a bad setup.
Oh man, I'm waiting anxiously for
Same, I was holding my breath and I was like, wait, I've got to talk.
Like I don't know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be big.
Yeah, I mean, it could decide the race right here. Mac doesn't need to go for it, but if Mac doesn't do it and Joe does it and nails it, Joe's in front. Like, it's hard to say what even the best option is. Hindsight's always 20/20. We can tell you what they should have done after it happens, but right now, I don't know.
If I was in Mac's situation, I definitely would not go for it. And if I was in Joe's shoes, I still wouldn't go for it. Yeah. I think Joe's going.
Oh, Mac's going for it.
He's going for it. Here we go.
It's looking good. Good rise. Can get a decent 2-cycle out of this.
Joe's going as well. Here we go.
Oh, you've got a decent 2-cycle there, Mac. Maybe 3?
A long 2-cycle, so good for Mac. Joe's looking great.
Good. Joe's looking good too. Holy crap. Is this what it comes down to now?
Wow.
This is how you've got to play now. This is what you've got to play like. That's so hard to do, honestly. So hard to do.
Alright, vamp fights. Here we go. Oh, Mac failed. Mac failed.
Oh, Mac.
Okay. Joe's in front. But Mac's only got one shot left. This won't lose much time. Hit him. Good. He didn't do what
Yeah,
B-Man did. That's good.
that's not the worst, and he gets fast cutscene as well. So 3 seconds of that slower vamp doesn't actually count. That's not a huge time loss. That's honestly
Yeah.
not a huge time loss.
This
Look, he's
is
already out. He's already out of the cutscene because of
yeah,
the
this
fast
is
finish.
a second or two at best. Like, wow. What a race so far.
Exceptional. It really is so good.
Man.
Yeah, we knew the race between these two guys would be good. It's about the right variance between the two of them. Playing their absolute best, you know, Mac has the better PB. Mac's got a 103.06, I believe, and Joe has a 103.35.
Yeah, both very respectable, high-level PBs for sure. Both are probably on good 103 pace right now.
Yeah, I would have thought so. That double swim glitch, though. Holy crap. I think we're going to see that more and more.
Oh, man. But we get to catch our breath. We're at everybody's favorite part, the escort section. So, not a whole lot to do here except escort the little girl out. Movement is definitely key here.
Yeah, they'll both lose those coveted 8 seconds.
Yep, because they had to open the door. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's enjoying the race so far. I do apologize for the mic issues. Just working on it. Stuff happens. A lot of technology going on. But we will have one more match after this. It'll be myself, DLimes13, and Plywood up next. Should be a very exciting race as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Plywood is just getting better and better all the time, coming up with new strats.
Yeah. Some frame savers, yep. But at Valid Strats too, he came up with a more consistent carrier today.
I'm looking forward to seeing that in the race.
For sure. Yeah, as long as your movement is good here, you can always slip past this guard. As long as you don't encounter a dead zone or anything.
Has Joe got slightly ahead here? I know it's difficult to say, but...
Joe is just slightly ahead. We think. Ever so
Unbelievable.
All because of, well, both their swim glitches were good, but Vamp did help. I think we'll see 2 Emma bumps here. Yep, Joe going for it. Very clean. Very good bump.
Yeah.
Mac.
That's just
That
going
was
to be
dodgy.
enough. Just
That was
enough.
dodgy. Oh, man. Wow.
Nearly through the whole race there, by the way.
Yeah, you leave Emma in there, then you're losing a ton of time.
The no-look cipher from Joe. Nice.
Very nice.
I'm getting left behind by these two guys. I don't do that yet.
Free, man. Get with the times. Mr. 103.
So Joe's managed to sneak out in front. Oh, Mac looks without equipping first. It's a little bit of time loss. If the first soldier gets kind of behind the doorway and you can't hit him, it's massive time loss if you do that. But fortunately, it wasn't too bad. Now, we
And
are
now-
not going to see anything change for a few minutes. Oil fence, everyone's favorite part.
Mhm.
It's an auto-scroller. The tasks that we have to complete are very straightforward. Shoot the ciphers and the guards. We will see both players execute this room just fine. As long as Emma doesn't fall, because if you stand in the wrong spot or look in the wrong place, Emma can actually fall over. And it loses 7 or 8 seconds, so it's really, really bad. But outside of that, we won't see any time loss here.
Yep. Can't really save any time here. Could definitely lose time. But yeah, sit back, take out some guards, destroy some machines, do some memes, who knows. Maybe I'll draw some smiley faces on the pillars. Relax for these next 5 minutes and get ready for endgame, because it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think MGS2 race-wise has one of the best endgames going.
And it ain't over till it's over.
But while I've got some downtime, I will just briefly explain. This is MGSR VE League, so we have 12 players over 11 weeks competing in a round-robin style. Everyone plays everyone. This is week 2. This is the very start of the week, so this is the first game played. Every Thursday, around 6 p.m. EST, we will show you 2 or 3 games, more if possible, but it won't always be possible, from the league. And other games will be happening on the Discord channel. If I send you a link to the schedule, you can actually see where each person is playing. So tonight on stream we have this game, followed by D-Limes13 versus Plywood. Then throughout the week we will have games on Discord as well. You can come into the MGSR Discord and watch those games if you so wish, or if you see them happening, you can just jump in there, it's absolutely fine. All of the games from every single league game will be shown on stream. That's wrong. Will be shown on YouTube. The VODs afterwards will be shown on YouTube.
Yeah, so if you want to see some extra matches, be sure to join the Discord and get you some more quality content.
And as for the technical issues, just after this game finishes, we will have a go at fixing those. The main problem is that once a race is started, we're not going to do anything to disrupt the people racing. You know, if there's an issue after the race starts, we really got to roll with it, unfortunately. We want to keep it as competitive as possible.
Yep.
Have we had any forced restarts yet? I don't think we have, right? Can't happen, of course.
No false starts yet. We've had very little issues with League so far as rules and gameplay and all that stuff. So fortunate for the most part.
It's just been some really excellent races. Like, I've enjoyed it so much. I love watching people play this game. I love watching people race this game.
I told you, Joe drew a smiley face, so good to see. Knew we'd see a meme or two.
I think Joe's got one of the best mentalities right out of every racer. Like, he's always pretty happy. He's always pretty chill, no matter what happens. He'll race anyone. He's never like. He's never going to shy away from racing the better player. You know, even as a friendly, he'll just fight anyone. And if he loses, he'll just try and learn from it.
Yep, me and him had a friendly last night, and it was a hefty margin, but he was as happy as can be. But Joe, he puts the time in. He practices. He's he is competitive. He's not super hyper competitive, serious like say I am, but he does take this stuff somewhat seriously, and it's really nice to see. So.
Yeah, I think for Joe, it's more about just having a laugh with people that he gets on with, and that's cool to see too.
Yeah, he doesn't race just to race. He does race to win. And if he doesn't win, he's just gonna have a laugh and just have fun with it. That's really what you're supposed to do. Well, thankfully, nap time is almost over. As they come up to their Vamp 2 fights, be sure not to blink, because it will go quick. It looks like Joe will be first by a smidge. He's going to zoom in, spam. Mac is going to do the no zoom. Little trouble with the spam, but still fairly even. It's like a 2-second margin right now. It is so ridiculously close. Like, man, oh man. Very important on a time section like this that you don't take a continue, because if you do take a continue or a death, you go back to the beginning of this time section. And with how close this race is, it could be GG. I think both of them have plenty of AK ammo to take out 2 of the 3 ciphers. Oh, Mac gets spotted. He just had a brain fart. Don't take the continue. Take the cipher out. Mac, take the cipher out. It's the gun. He's too close to the wall. Oh my, you hate to see this. It's still better than a continue, but that is still a pretty big mistake by Mac. Man, just when you think it's simple, that happens. I don't know. It's about a 15-second or so margin at this point.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jack the Ripper? You know this fellow? You remember me, don't
But
you?
still, plenty of time for the lead to flip. Shujenum can be a big one. The Tengus can be large variants. Well, Tengu 2 at least. Tengu 1, you just have to execute. You never know. So this is still a close race.
Yeah, the problem there was he's trying to put up his AK when you're against the wall. The game won't let you bring your gun out like that. What you have to do is go into first-person view, and then you can actually bring the AK up and shoot the cipher. So you didn't need to menu there, but as you say, fortunately you didn't try and cross that bridge with the alert, because it isn't happening.
Nope.
You are going to die 100% of the time, and that's one of the most costly continues in the whole game. Anytime you're in a time section, time left section, if you die, it puts you back to the start of where that time left section begins. So it was bad, but it could have been so much worse. And the Jesunum infamous room for killing people's runs. The Jesunum gap will lose you about 12 seconds if you miss it without an alert, and about 30 seconds if you miss it with an alert. So very, very scary.
So the gap right now is about 16 seconds. Joe cartwheeling into the guard, very good. Makes the gap pretty clean.
I don't like his position. Like, most people either choose to be on the left or right. Joe ran down the middle. Kind of scary, but if it works, right?
Mac clean as well. Very good. So uneventful Jejenum for both, thankfully. Still going to be about a 16-second gap.
I don't think we've ever seen a double Jesunum gap fall in a race, right, where both people have done it. Normally one person makes it.
All right, Joe receiving his high-frequency blade, doing an action to start a 45-second timer. Game just wants to know that he knows how to use it. You just kind of fool around for 45 seconds. As long as you stay north of where you spawn in at, then it'll progress. If you start hanging out in the south after the 45 seconds has elapsed, then the game just won't progress until you retreat north for whatever reason.
And coming up is an incredibly easy room to lose 16 seconds on if you do it wrong. Tengu 1 involves executing a skip at the door at the end, a door glitch to trigger the load zone, which will end Tengu 1 immediately. Pretty straightforward, but we've seen plenty of people fail it in the past.
Alright, Joe will be up first. Very nearly avoided getting shot there. He's pretty good at that.
He takes 2 shots though because he drifted to the right and he just lost so much time in movement.
But he does get the skip first try, which is the most important thing.
It did look a little bit dicey, right? He was.
It did. He was
looked like he was
angled.
facing to. Yeah, he looked angled.
Oh, Mac didn't kill the guard. Oh, not good. Do the skip. Do the skip. Do the skip. Got the skip. That's more time loss.
Yeah, as we say, you can lose about 16 seconds there, no problem. Tengu 2 is another room infamous for
and Joe is
changing
struggling.
races.
Yeah, Joe is letting a lot of guards fall. He is not in a good position at all. Way too much movement on this Stinger. He really shouldn't be moving at all. The way Mac is doing it right now, this looks good so far. One Tengu fell, but Joe's is a mess.
Yes, we have just short of 50 guards to kill in this room. Essentially, we're just going to aim Stingers to hit their spawn as they come out. If they reach the fence, they get iframes as they jump down, and we leave them to be taken care of by Snake, who's very efficient at killing the Tengus most days. Joe is out, but didn't look like a great Tengu too. I think he may have lost some time here.
Oh, he lost a lot of time. The gap is down to 9 seconds. Even with the Tengu 1 issues, it's only a 9-second gap. So this is still anybody's race, and it's still going to come down to the IGT.
Crazy to see it get brought this close over. You know, really. Sorry, you go.
In the event of a tie for the in-game timer, overtime is a tanker. They do a tanker, and we just repeat that until we have a winner.
Sudden death tanker.
Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival. It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase.
Good stuff.
Handy as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day.
Oh, a little nervous. Not gonna lie.
No, it's the waiting I hate.
Yeah, 90 seconds here at the pre-race speech. Can't skip it. You just gotta wait.
I really have to say, what an exceptional race from both these two. Kept it,
All right.
competitive.
Joe. Clean, safe race. Mac. A little dodgy on that second shot. Got the lock on late. Good, clean.
No save, boss.
No save, boss.
All comes down to Solidus. Now Joe has got a really, really good Solidus. He goes for double parries in the second phase. You're at a risk of being knocked down, and that really could make the difference in this race. I think a knockdown and Matt could finish ahead, to be honest.
Yeah, it's that close for sure.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
Place your bets in chat on who you think will win this, but what an exceptional race.
Yeah, incredible stuff for sure. Alright. Joe's up first. Punch at the start. Swipe, swipe, stab, which is slightly faster. Good distance. Playing it safe. Good phase 1 from Joe. Mac. Cutting it close on the distance. Oh, he's too close. He's too close. I knew he was too close.
That'll cost him. That really will
That
cost him.
could really cost him the race. Right there. You gotta know your distance. Nice parry from Joe. That is time for Joe.
Do you remember this place?
Really well done from Joe. He made his mistakes. He did some excellent stuff as well.
This is where we first met. I remember
We're gonna have
now.
fun time for Mac as well. And we will, of course, watch the
Today was
credits
the day I met you.
and go to IGT as well.
That's it.
Yeah, still close. Still close for both. A 19-second margin, but we'll see what the IGT has in store. There is some variances when it comes to the IGT, just because of how certain computers load and stuff like that. We've seen a margin of about 20 seconds, so
Yeah,
Found something to
we'll
tell
we
see.
really don't know.
I really think it's Joe, but we will go to the score screen because we always do, and just to be sure to award the win. So
Yeah. The genes are
yeah,
important,
GG to both.
son. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
I'm still getting over that race. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
That was game 1. We don't fully know who the winner is yet, and we won't do until we get to the end of the 8-minute credits. But coming up afterwards is game 2 with DLimes13 versus Plywood on the stream as well. And I'm looking forward to that one as well.
At the stars and the sky up above, and think, what am I made of? Am I full of sorrow? Am I hurt and pain? Or am I filled with love? I walk by myself on the streets below and ask every child I know, do you think tomorrow will bring sun or rain? Which one of these will show? I can't say goodbye to yesterday, my friend. I keep holding on till the end. Out of the darkness, there is no
Now Joe won his first game, so he's possible here he could go 2 up, right?
Yep, he would be 2-0 if this holds.
It's there that I'll find inner peace, not war, and dreams that I let slip away. I'll find the joyfulness I'm looking for way back in yesterday.
But yeah, any other additional thoughts on this match and what's maybe to come tonight?
They both made their mistakes, right? And like recovered well, didn't really sweat it. It was amazing to see both of them do such exceptional swim glitches at the same time. I don't think we've seen that close where two people go for the swim glitch like that and both perform it so well.
Yep.
New one for me, but I think that'll become more common. I do see the swim glitch apocalypse coming soon where everyone does it in every single run, every single race.
I hope not. I would be kind of upset at that. I do not like that.
No, it's scary. It's a really difficult glitch to perform, even more so under pressure, and the huge variance, very easy to mess it up. It's scary. And I'm just curious as to see what Plywood's gonna have in store for us now. I know he's been practicing.
Oh yeah, he's been practicing. This race almost didn't happen tonight just because he had internet issues yesterday. Comcast sucks, by the way. So yeah, that almost didn't happen because of bad internet, but fortunately he got it back today, and now we can race on the channel. So GD to Comcast for being halfway decent for a millisecond. Spectrum's better, but it's my opinion.
There's a few races with the odd internet issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Platonic in chat raises his hand. Yeah, we would have loved Platonic on the channel this week, but for where he's at right now, just the internet just won't really hold up that well. You'll get about one frame every 7 minutes.
We have some confirmed Discord races, right? Me and Tyler 2022 will be racing on Discord Monday at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern.
Platonic Guy will be racing MackRoff316 on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Discord. And on each of the runners' Twitch streams from GoGoBMN and Mayu, they'll be racing on their own Twitch channels at 5 p.m. on Saturday as well, Eastern Time.
Looking forward to those.
Should be good races to watch. I'm especially looking forward to the you and Tyler matchup. Should be pretty good.
Should be a close one, yeah.
Yep, for sure.
I think what's cool about racing Tyler is, although we have quite similar times, our IGTs tend to come out at this, same kind of places. We play so differently. We're like play worlds apart from one another.
Yep. Getting ever so close to the end of these wonderful credits. Finally determine who gets that all-important 3 points.
Yeah, you always get 1 point for attending your race, and you get 2 points for the win. So it's a big deal. I'm kind of nervous.
Same.
It would be crazy to see an IGT lower with a late finish. It can happen.
Man.
And I'm
It
sure
can.
Joe has one of the faster machines as well, like for loading this game.
Alright, Joe will be first with his IGT. It's at the very end of credits right now.
I hope he's mashing and not spamming emotes in chat.
You wonder if this is a PB too. We'll see. Matt coming up to the end of his credits as well. Joe with a 103.23. That is a new
Huge.
personal best.
Huge PB.
Wow. Huge PB.
12
12-second PB.
seconds.
Wow. And Mac himself, 103.46. Very, very respectable, about the margin that it was at the end of Solidus, but 2 excellent races, 2 excellent times for sure. Very, very good stuff by both, especially with the Joe and the PB. That is quite the stuff.
Really well done. Really, really well done to both players.
But yeah, we'll get you ready for the next race, D-Limes 13, which that's this guy, and Plywood coming up. So stay tuned.
See you soon.